morning, YouTube. How are you? Happy Valentine's Day. So, I guess we all know who's not having a happy Valentine's Day. Chantal. Because let's rewind back to last year during Valentine's Day. Chantal had Salah do this whole play date thing where he pretended to give her stuff. She set that whole thing up. She bought the flowers. She bought the gift. Of course she had to buy it because it was her money. He doesn't really work, so he was using her money to buy her things. And today she put out a vlog that was entirely different. There was no romantic theme to it. It was just her by herself. And what was she doing in the vlog? She went to the doctor. She hung out with some camels, and one of the camels actually kicked her. One of the camels actually kicked Chantal. Don't worry, we're going to get into that. I watched a little bit of the vlog, and it's just wow. Absolute wow. The way she's moving, the way she's walking, it's very concerning. Considering how she was walking and moving just a year ago. Big difference. So we're going to get into all that. Before we do, though, I would like to address something. It's not really a huge issue, just something I'd like to speak on for a minute. So ever since I started doing the reacts to Chantal with the mukbangs and taking out the video portion of the mukbangs and just leaving the audio, a lot of you really do like that. You don't want to see her eat. Although I have gotten some feedback from people who said that they don't like the fact that I'm taking out the video portion. And I understand their points. They want to watch an entire react. They want to see all of it. They don't just want to see part of it. But I've explained my reasons why I'm not showing the video portion and I'm just keeping the audio. My past issues with food, being aware that there are people on YouTube that have had issues with food and maybe watching content like that would trigger them. But I do understand the counterpoints that if you're wanting to see a whole react, you want to see it all. But as a content creator, I have to do the content in the way that I want to do it, that I'm comfortable with doing it. I feel a bit of responsibility to my audience. So I take out the video portion. And I apologize for anyone who might have an issue with that, but this is my channel and I have to do things the way that I am most comfortable with. And so when she does a mukbang, I'm going to take that stuff out. I can't really take out the eating noises. And if it gets too much, I might not react to the video at all. But I just wanted to briefly address that. I appreciate the counterpoints. I appreciate the feelings and opinions of my audience, whether you agree with me or not. But this is my channel and I have to do things in the way that I want to do it. So enough about that. Let's go into the Chantal stuff because that's why y'all are here. So let's get into the stuff on Twitter because there is some stuff on Twitter to address. Let me just make sure that I am where I need to be because I got multiple tabs open. Yes, I am because I come to class with my notes ready to go. Okay. So those of you that happen to have a Twitter account, there's my account right there, Wild Girl Sarah. And if you want to follow me there, that would be great because sometimes YouTube, they flub up on sending out notifications whenever I do a live chat or video. I post it there first. So let's start here. And this is a clip from the new vlog. And the vlog is called Day in the Life of a Canadian in Kuwait. So here's the clip, and this is Chantal walking up a ramp. This isn't even really stairs or regular steps. It's just a ramp. So Nadia says, what is going on with Foodie Beauty's foot? There might be some nerve damage there. Only she and a doctor would know for sure. But look at the way she's walking, like she's having to hold on to that guardrail. Clearly, it's a lot for her. It's a lot. Now, something I'd like to show for context, courtesy of the channel Marley HENDRIX. So let's just go over here really quick. I was actually looking for another clip that was on her channel via the 2017 content, but she's deleted all that stuff off her channel, or at least put it private. All the pre-hijabi stuff is gone, or she's put it in ghost mode. But this was Chantal, I would think, about a year ago. So again, this is courtesy of the channel Marley Hendrix. This happened. She was doing a live stream. She was walking across the street when she was in Canada, and somebody out in the wild just happened to spot Chantal. So let's just watch the clip. Let me just turn down the volume. Okay. And just, I'm doing this to show you the difference in the way she was walking just a little while ago. Okay. Thank you, Marley. And even here in this beginning intro clip from Marley, look how fast she's moving. How incredibly fast compared to how she is now. Okay, and credit to that person on Reddit. So she's walking across the street. It's winter. Look how much easier she's walking. And look at her posture. She's standing up straight. These days, because Chantal is so big in the front, in order for her to balance her weight in the front, and there's a lot of it, there's hundreds of pounds in front of her, she's literally got to lean all the way back when she walks. And you'll see a lot of that in the vlog. Like, she's literally like leaning so far back, almost with her back in an arch, that it's almost like she's walking on tiptoe. But let's keep watching. So see, she's having an easier time walking. She's shuffling her feet a little bit, maybe because it's winter and it's snow and ice. But look how much easier she was moving then. Let's watch that again, just for context. So there's Chantal walking across the street, having no issues, obviously not heavy breathing. She's doing a live chat, but the difference in her posture and her steps is just astounding when you guys see how she's walking in this vlog. So thank you for that, Marley Hendrix. I'll be leaving a link for the video on the description for anybody who wants to check out Marley. And Marley's got a really great channel. Do recommend that. But let's go back over and look. Look. This clip from Nadia. Let's play that again. This is where she's at now versus how she was then. Big difference, huh? Big difference. Huge. Okay, Florida Salt and Sass says, you didn't buy or wear ham color clothes since when? Yeah, I remember when Chantal was wearing ham color clothes all the time. When people started to comment on the color of her clothes and how she was always, you know, leaning towards the ham color, which is bad for Chantal because there are different kinds of complexions. There's the cool complexion, you know, like more of a cool tone to your skin. She's very pale. She would be a cool tone. Light colors like pink or yellow or white do not look good on her. When you have a cool complexion, you want those jewel tones. You want bright green. You want red. You want something that contrasts. She preferred the ham color clothing. And here's almost an entire outfit and ham color clothing. So yeah, you were a big fan of the pink clothes, Chantal. I don't know what this person's handle is. It's just a bunch of symbols, but giving them credit anyway. Foodie Beauty was in her car whining about her eating problem. One of the viewers said, how does your eating problem prevent you from going to the gym? It really doesn't. It really, really doesn't. How does her problem with food prevent her from going to the gym? It makes no difference. And if she's trying to use the excuse of, I don't want to go to a gym, I don't want people looking at me, that's a natural concern. If you are not comfortable with your body, you don't want to be in a public space where people can stare at you. But there are several workarounds. You can put on a YouTube video at home and work out to it. There are low impact aerobic videos. There are different kinds of just really low impact stuff on YouTube. There are dance videos. You can buy a treadmill. There's all kinds of workarounds if you really want to get the job done. And she's not doing any of those. Perfectly Imperfect Says, remember when Foodie Beauty, aka Everyday Miriam, made fun of Pulpy's video game streaming, getting no views? Enjoy. Yeah. Hold on, let me just turn up the volume.
He did a live stream once just in gaming and it got like no views.
No views?
No.
We got to turn down the volume, there's music. But look how many views her game stream got. 40 views. 40. That'll teach you to make fun of other people's gaming streams, Chantal. Karma's a beach. D. Angry Scott says, Foodie Beauty, aka Everyday Lonely and Raging, has a new costume. She changed her profile picture again, which she's free to do. So she just keeps changing everything but herself. She'll change her handle, she'll change her clothes, she'll change her filters, but not putting to change what would matter the most and make the most difference, and that's herself. Never change, Chantal, never change. Obviously you won't. D. Angry Scott, this is from the rage stream from last night. Foodie Beauty says BBJ is dead to her, but she's fine with it because she has Julia now. It's just a full-on raging at FFG stream. She's going to sue her again for sure. Her chat informed her that a legal firm were wrong in telling her she needs to be in Canada to sue. So let's watch the clip where she's talking about BBJ not being with us anymore.
Literally, like, I don't care. That doesn't affect me anymore. In my mind, BBJ is gone. Rest in peace. And I have Julia now, so whatever. You can't.
Speaking about your former pet, as if she's no longer with us, that's just incorrect. BBJ is fine. She's healthy. She's well loved. She's getting medical care. I think it's karmic, ironic justice that BBJ has much more health, much more love, much more peace than Chantal does right now. That everything that Chantal claims to have, little BBJ does have. And honestly, I'm glad, because with everything that little BBJ went through because of Chantal, she doggone well earned it. Walking around for months with impeded nails in her little bean pads and a UTI so bad she was peeing blood, severe kidney issues. That baby was in pain for so long. I'm glad that she's got all those things. And thank you again, FFG and family, for taking in little BBJ and taking care of her.
Can't use that against me. Nice try. Shannon literally like a brazen racist comment. Yeah, all because she hates your mama. Where's the outrage when it's warm?
Okay, shut up, Chantal. That's all I wanted from you. Miss Anthropope, hashtag Foodie Beauty says, I don't care how many people are in my chat, how many members, subs I have. If true, and you want to start from scratch and rebrand, your own words, Miriam, start a whole new channel. Prove you're not lying. Receipts. Yeah. How can you say that you're rebranding when you are acting exactly the same and you're doing the same kind of content? What's different except the name? If the old Foodie Beauty did the mukbangs and raged, and the Everyday Miriam channel has the same content with the same tone, you haven't changed at all. The name is the only thing that changed over. And not because you wanted to change it, because in a moment of rage, you decided to flip-flop and somebody came in and snagged the handle, and now you're still steaming mad about it. And I love that for you. I really do. Hidden Truth says, Foodie Beauty, so she's been awake since 3 o'clock this morning, more than likely. Here's a theory. I'm going to throw it on the table just because I can. It's my channel. I can do what I want. I think Chantal sleeps all day so she can be up all night. And that's why we're getting the streams at like midnight, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, because that's literally when she's waking up. She's a night owl. She's always had those weird night hours going on. So 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 a.m., she starts streaming. And of course, people in her chat are going to say, where's Salah? And since he's not there, she's going to make whatever excuse to say that he's not there. Oh, he's busy. Oh, he's busy working. Oh, he's with friends. She decides to stream at late hours, and then she has to make an excuse why he's not there. when it's pretty obvious that he's not there? Because if it's 2 in the morning, if it's midnight, why are you going to be that loud if there's somebody else in the house that's potentially sleeping? On top of that, Chantal, even if he's not there, you're loud. You got to think about the neighbors that you're living next to. I can't imagine being her neighbor and hearing her screeching and raging about nothing at 2 in the morning. That's just entirely too rude. But being up at 3 a.m., yeah, that's right on point. Okay, I love this from Ballo Core, saying, I would much rather be hated for who I am than loved for something that I'm not. Yep, authenticity. Always be true to yourself. Always. Okay, so we're going to bring this back up again. I showed it yesterday. 2017 Chantal versus 2024 Chantal. And remember, she was around 377 pounds then. So to say that she's not in the 500s, she is. It's at least 100 pounds difference, at least. Okay, another interesting clip from Perfectly Imperfect saying it's happening. Foodie Beauty is losing her teeth. So I guess Perfectly Imperfect is showing, like right here where my pointer is, something's going on with her tooth. I can't really say for sure, but that is an interesting tidbit. Something to think about. Maybe that's why she likes a soft food so much. Okay, so let's get into the Chantal stuff. Let's show the vlog and react to it. Her day in the life vlog, because a lot of her viewers are saying, can you show us something different? Show us in the day of your life. Well, she did show a day in the life, and there really wasn't much going on. Let me get past her scameo. I'm so not about showing her scameo. And Julia. Okay. We are where we need to be, so let's get started.
Today is going to be more of a vlog, I guess. I just want to kind of show you also my progress with walking when it comes to like healing from this injury I have, this sciatica I have.
You can have sciatica and not really injure yourself. It's just something weird that sometimes happens. You could be doing nothing and just move ever so slightly the wrong way and get sciatica pain. I know what happened to me. It's like I didn't do nothing and I just turned the wrong way, I guess, a little bit too fast, and boom, it hit me. And it went on for weeks until I learned the best thing for sciatica is moving, and stretching, and yet she doesn't move. And her sciatica seems to be by choice. When she wants to be in pain, when she wants something to complain about.
So I'm just going to get out a bit, get some sunshine, get some fresh air. Always lifts my mood. I'm going to do something I really enjoy, try to walk a little bit.
If you enjoy walking so much, why do you do so little of it? If you enjoy something, you want to do it all the time, right? You live right across the beach. Right across the beach. What did I just say? Rewind. You live right across the street from the beach. Beautiful scenery right there. All you got to do, or Salah has to do, is put your big butt in the car and take you over there or walk you over there. You got the ocean right there. You're paying money for an oceanside villa, so why wouldn't you want to see the ocean? Walk in the sand. I mean, walking in sand is a bit, it adds more effort, but you burn more calories. And you get the beautiful scenery right next to you, and that can just distract you from feeling a bit tired. But if you enjoy it so much, why not do it more? Why not get a treadmill and walk on the treadmill in your house where you've got the air conditioning and you won't have to worry about the heat? I got questions.
I don't know where yet. Maybe the beach, maybe the desert. We'll see. But also, yeah, maybe just get a coffee, go for a walk. I do have to go to the clinic. Still on vitamin injections, which are supposed to help heal any kind of nerve damage in your body. So that's what I'm going to do. And I wanted to show you a clip.
I don't think any injection can heal nerve damage. Maybe it might be able to lessen the pain. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody in my audience, you're a doctor or a nurse, an RN, you can speak up on this. Is there any injection that can heal nerve pain? I mean, I got a limited database of knowledge here. I've never heard of a injection that can completely heal nerve pain. Just, manage it.
Of also, I made another pot pie, and I filmed it. I wanted to film like a little bit of the cooking process to show you how I do it. Some people were asking me how I made it. I did make it in a very like half the size dish of the last time, so there's not as much.
Oh, so you made a smaller one because people called you all the way out for making a huge, huge, ridiculous, yucky looking pot pie that honestly you shouldn't have been eating because it was just entirely too much. So let's just make a smaller version of something unhealthy. That'll make it okay.
Much chance for overeating, and I split it with my husband. So
He's not there, so how can you split it with anybody? And why would Salah eat anything that you cook when you're not a good cook and you're not very hygienic? You're filthy.
yeah, that was trick. Made it in a smaller pot in a smaller dish, like this kind of dish, so that again, prevent overeating of it because it's something I love a lot. So I will show you that
That's the problem. You love food too much. You overindulge.
to begin with. How I made that, I made it a few days ago, and then I'll just show you like clips of when I'm out.
Wait, stop. So you made the pot pie a few days ago and you're eating it now? Wouldn't that affect the taste?
And about, and just I want to show you mainly, the how I walk now, kind of with this.
So is she like self-confessing that she made this pot pie and she's just adding it into the current footage, using it as kind of like filler footage?
And it is slowly getting better. I do have flare ups sometimes, depends on.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Chantal, when you did your live stream, you completely told on yourself. I watched you. You were bending over in your chair. You picked up Julia. You were moving around way too quick for someone who just got over sciatica pain. If you had sciatica, you don't want another flare up. You want to give your body proper time to heal so it doesn't happen again. But you plop down in your chair, which if you've had sciatica before, you're not going to do that. You're going to be slow and careful. You were laughing, you were giggling, you were twisting your spine around. I mean, come on. My audience isn't stupid. The reaction channel community, we're not stupid. You can quit with the lies.
If I move or sit in a position that's not, favorable, that kind of like causes more compression on the nerve.
You want to know what is compressing those nerves? And again, I'm not a doctor. And I'm going to get rude for a minute. Ma'am, you're over 500 pounds. Okay? Your lower back is trying so hard to support all of that weight, all of it. You got 500 pounds of weight and pressure on your lower back. That's what's causing the pain. It's supporting way too much weight, and it's weight that's not evenly balanced at all times. It, like moving around, it shifts the weight around, it shifts the pressure around. That's got to hurt. And yet you won't lose the weight. You're gaining weight. Your back is screaming. Why do you hate your back so much? Why are you giving it such a hard time?
So sitting again is the worst position for me for that kind of thing. So yeah, come with me. I'll show you just a little bit, go for a small walk because I do want to get out and move and try to move and stuff. And I have been doing a little bit of stretches that are supposed to help like decompress the nerve area, like the compressed nerve area. So I don't know if it's helping or not, but yeah. And I know it's Valentine's Day. Typically Muslims don't celebrate that, so we don't really celebrate it. But we're just going to, since I'm not able to do much physically, like in the way of going out or anything, we're just going to have a nice dinner together here tonight and watch movies. So
This was not the Valentine's Day vlog she wanted to do. She wanted more romantic theme, and there's no romantic theme to be found at all in this vlog. I know that as a Muslim woman, that she's not allowed to celebrate it. It would just be haram. But like she could have done a workaround type of thing, where like him coming on camera and saying, "Oh, I just bought you flowers just because," or a gift just because. But there's no romantic theme here. I mean, she's going to the doctor on Valentine's Day. How romantic! How romantic! She can't scream at us, "Where's your husband?" in this vlog. You know that's making her steam inside.
That's the plan. So they're probably, yeah, there won't be a live stream tonight. I don't think so. We're going to spend the time together and just enjoy each other's company. And yeah, that's about it. If you do celebrate, I wish you have a wonderful day anyway. And yeah, let's.
She says there's going to be no live stream tonight, but watch her pop up with one. Chantal lies, but then she tells on herself. How many times have we heard Chantal say, "I'm leaving YouTube, I'm taking a break," and then 24 to 48 hours later, she's back? You can't depend on her for her word. She doesn't keep her word. She doesn't keep her promises. She'll probably be on tonight. I mean, we'll be looking for her around 8 o'clock or so. She'll be doing it because she's going to be bored. She's going to be lonely. She's going to be miserable. She's going to be angry because Salah is out the red room again. She'll have nothing to do with her time. She'll be on. Yep.
Let's go. All right. All right. This is my gravy for the pot pie.
Ma'am, what? That doesn't look like gravy. It looks like pancake batter. What is that mess supposed to be? My Southern grandmother would give you the evil eye if she saw that, and she's not even here anymore. She would look at you and say, "Get out of my kitchen." Get out. You don't know how to cook. Get out. How dare you call that gravy? Down here in the South, we take pride in our gravy. How dare you? That's entirely too thick for gravy. That looks like pancake batter.
Put my recipe somewhere.
My grandma will look at you and go, "Well, bless your heart trying to make gravy."
Getting ready to cook the pot pie.
That looks a mess.
All right, so I got a chicken here, roasted, and I'm gonna cut it up.
How much y'all want to bet she really didn't roast that? Does she have an air fryer? I bet she bought that from the store. That looks like a rotisserie chicken.
I'm also putting some freezer burnt veggies.
But ew! Why would you? I mean, it's okay to use frozen vegetables when you're making stuff if you don't have time to cook it, but she's not even thawed that out and they're freezer burnt. They're freezer burnt. Why are they freezer burnt? Usually frozen vegetables come in a bag, so how can they have freezer burn on them? Did the bag have a hole in it? I got questions, but why would you want to use something that's been burned by the freezer in your food? Just throw that out or give it to the ducks or something.
But oh well, it'll cook down in the oven. So just some mixed peas.
Ma'am, sorry, when something's been freezer burnt, it affects the taste. No.
Corn, carrots, and beans. All right, so I use about 2 chicken breasts, shredded up like that. Now we're going to add the gravy. All right, I added all the gravy.
I told you that it's not, that's not gravy. Gravy doesn't look like that. I'm offended. I'm offended by this travesty she calls gravy. What is that mess? That looks like diarrhea waiting to happen before it even goes down your throat.
And this is a much smaller pie dish than the last.
That's still entirely too much. you could even if that were a pie right now, you could cut that into 4 sections and still it would be too much. Just because you're using a smaller dish does not make it more healthy, Chantal. Stop kidding yourself. This is entirely too much. Because you don't know how to make something like that. Cut just one portion out, save the rest for later, and eat it later. You want to eat it all. I don't know what the obsession with food is. If there's something in your brain that you feel like you have to eat it all, or else it's not going to be there in the next hour or the next day, because if you're living alone, nobody's going to take the food away from you, and you can always get more. It's not like you don't have access to food. Why do all of this? When I think of a pot pie, y'all, I think of something about that size, like an individual serving, not that.
One, but maybe by half the size will prevent a lot of overeating because
No, it won't. No, it won't. It won't. That dish is going to stop the bee monster in your head, because the bee monster is seeing that dish. It's going to say, okay, I guess we're eating less today. No, it wants what it wants. And what it wants you to do is eat excessively. So you can eat all of this, and the bee monster can say, well, that's it. There's not a whole lot of carbs here. Where are the carbs? And it wants the carbs. So you're going to eat this plus the carbs. This is not going to stop you. What's going to stop the bee monster is getting therapy and treatment, having different coping skills, different coping mechanisms. When you have those thoughts about, I'm going to eat, you short circuit those thoughts by having something else to distract yourself with. Like the moment you start thinking about overeating, and you start to do it, you stop yourself and you go take a walk, or you read a book, or play a video game. You create a different coping mechanism for your emotions, your feelings, and your thoughts.
I love this so much. All right, and here's my pie crust made with oil.
What? My grandma's rolling over in her grave right now. What is that mess? That looks dry. That looks entirely too dry.
I always make, so I'm going to flatten this out and add it to the pie. And I also have some egg wash here, so I'm just going to brush that on the pie.
Messy. And that pie crust looks entirely too thick.
Pie.
And dry.
Just helps make it golden brown, All right, and voila, into the oven it goes until it's golden brown. And it's ready. All right, there's my messy portion.
Jeez Louise. She took half of that and put it on a plate. What? So making a smaller portion, by your logic, means you're going to not overeat, and yet you're showing us you're overeating already. Why not just take a quarter of that, put it on a plate, eat it, and then afterwards say to yourself, do I really need more? Do I want more? Just give yourself a moment to pause and think. Start to cultivate some mindful eating versus mindless eating. Eating the smaller portions, it gives you that moment to just stop and think. Do I want more? And if I do, how much do I really need? But she's taking half that doggone pie plate.
It's a beautiful day.
And it doesn't make sense, y'all, to eat all that. No.
Today, it's 21 degrees Celsius. All right, so we're here getting some ice mochas.
What was that? What was that? I got a feeling that to make this vlog longer, and it only went on for 15 minutes, she spliced in a lot of things from past video excursions into this, because she just showed like a half-second clip of her at the beach, and then we're going to switch to the car. There's no transition of her getting in the car or going from the beach to where she's at. I mean, huh? What?
And yeah, I know it's not the healthiest thing for me. You know what I've realized about certain things here? It's like different country, different comforts. You know, I guess this kind of like ice mocha is one of my comforts here, and you know, I'm gonna enjoy one today. I haven't had one in a long time, so um, I'm just gonna have one. And yeah, I know it's not the best, but anyway, all right, see you.
She look she looks so uncomfortable, and so she's getting a coffee. And it's not just regular coffee. It's an iced coffee. And most iced coffees, especially in like that form, contain a lot of sugar. They're sweet. They're practically dessert in a cup.
This is the mocha, chocolate syrup, whipped cream.
So where's the backup mocha? We know that's not it. That was for the camera. Where's the other one? The venti size, the grande size.
Small size.
Yeah, okay. Sure, Chantal.
Speed bumps. Now we are passing the.
Oh, more useless driving footage. We're back to that again. I was hoping we'd be past it. Like, are you really going to show us the road? We don't care.
Alcoot Mall. It's the largest mall in Faha Hill. Yep, and this is still part of the mall. And you'll see a lot of flags and everything because February 25th.
We're just going to drive past the mall versus go inside and get some actual exercise in the air conditioning. Okay.
Is Kuwait National Day, and they are starting early to celebrate.
Hence the reason why she's not going in the mall. Because Chantal likes to go in places that are deserted or there's no one. I've got a theory I'd like to throw on the table. A lot of people have asked the question, like, how do they find places where there's no one? So here's my theory, and I'm going to present it to all of you. I think in Kuwait, during the time, the call to prayer, where people are praying, that's when her and Salah go out. And so they go out, they get some quick footage, and they leave before the call to prayer is over. That's why the videos are so brief. They're trying to find that time when restaurants and malls and shops don't have anybody in them, because I've noticed she doesn't like going to the mall or any shops during the weekends or during any time when things might be busy. So that's my theory.
Now we're passing the Farahil Bazaar. It's a market in Farahil. Hi, how are you?
And she's already done this type of vlog where she went to go see the camels. Why are you doing the same content over and over and over again, Chantal? With your mukbangs, you show the same meals. With the outside the house vlogs, you use the same topics. You go to the same places. That's why people are bored.
Oh, hi.
Oh, wait a second. Before we go any further, just something I'm noticing right now because my eyes just happen to drift down to the bottom of her screen. So, y'all look down here at her sub number. It was 98.8. Yesterday, it was 98.9. So she bought 100 subs a while ago. I showed that on Social Blade. And then yesterday, she bought 800. So it looks like YouTube took away 100 of those subs. She's lost 100. So, see, Chantal, it doesn't make any sense to try to buy your way there.
Here with the camels. The baby camel. Hi. Hello.
Nope.
You know, animals can't speak to us in whatever language that we verbally speak. That's why it's important to pay attention to an animal's visible cues about how they're feeling about you. So these camels are walking away from Chantal. They're giving the physical cue of We don't like you. We want nothing to do with you. And yet she keeps pursuing them because all she's thinking about is, I need content for my channel. And I'm going to use animals to make myself seem caring of animals and to monetize this. And the camels, they're saying, all of them, look, this one is faced away from her. This one is walking away. These two are over here. They're not interested in her.
They don't really like to be pet, I guess, these ones. The family. Hello. Oh. Oh.
And she's so stupid. She doesn't know, like, when you approach an animal, especially an animal that is not your pet, something you could do to show that you are not a threat is to stop and extend your hand to the animal so it can sniff you. You know, just let them get the sense of your smell. Animals, they get to know one another by the sense of smell. She's not doing it. She's just walking up and wrapping her arms around this camel.
This one likes me.
Nah, he's just tolerating you.
Hi. Oh. Hi. Come. Yes. It's okay. Do you want to see me? I'm the camel whisperer of Kuwait. Oh. He's jealous. He blocked the way.
By the way, Chantal, in the wild, if you walk up to an animal and you're wrapping your arms around their neck or their head, that can be perceived as dominance or a threat. Like you're grabbing onto their head. It's not a very wise thing to do to a wild animal.
Don't eat my kafia. Oh, he bit my head.
So even though she's saying, because it's not charging at her, she's thinking, oh, it's friendly. No, it's a camel. And he's sending her a sign like, I don't like you. He's biting her. And I love this camel over here. Y'all look at the freeze frame. He's giving the troll face. I love it. I love it. Laughing at her.
Oh, this one is jealous. Oh, wow. Hello. Are you? I think he claimed me. Are you jealous? You bit my kafia. La. They're like cats. They like to be pet. They love love. Hi. If you haven't hugged a camel, get out and do it. Okay. Hi.
She looks so awkward just standing there, like just wasting so much time petting the camels. I have nothing against camels. I think camels are just they're chill. But just she looks awkward just standing there, just trying to get affection from the camels. It's kind of on par with her trying to get affection from Salah. Just he's kind of the same way, you know, like him just whenever she tries to cuddle up on Salah, he's just standing there like, is it over yet? Is it over? Can I go now?
Ow. 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 Oh. Oh. Camel bees. I gotta go. I gotta go. You're the sweetest camel. Yes, you are the sweetest camel. Yes, you are. Oh, did you?
You know what, Chantal? You can hug every camel in Kuwait. You can try your best to redo your past, but we know you for what you really are. You don't like animals. You don't care about animals. You had 2 pets in Canada that you severely neglected, and there's proof of that. And ever since it came out how neglectful you are, how evil you have just gone overboard trying to be affectionate with animals. You'll go so far as to hug on an animal, but you won't care for them.
You hear that? He went, oh. I whispered in his ear. I whispered, I said, you are the sweetest camel. And he went, oh.
That could be a sign of aggression. I don't know.
You're the sweetest camel. Yes, you are. Yes. You are the sweetest camel. You are the sweetest camel. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
See, this is her just trying to fill up a video. Let's spend as much time with the camels as possible versus just going out there, petting them for a few minutes and moving on to the rest of her vlog. We're almost 11 minutes in, and she is just standing there to pet those camels.
They like when I sing. Oh, don't puke
No, they don't.
on me. Okay, 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 okay.
And he kicks her. Okay, we got to see that. I know this is Yaba's thing. I'm not taking Yaba's thing. Like she's the queen of the slow-mo. But we got to see that again. In slow-mo. Just for those who might. It was so quick. We got to catch it.
Okay.
Okay, we'll cut off the volume. So like the camel's just sitting there minding its business. And she won't leave it alone. And here we go. Here's the camel kicking her. He kicks her. That leg came up and he kicked her. He kicked her. That's a sign you need to go away, Chantal, and leave them camels alone. You stayed there entirely too long and bothered those poor camels. The camel could have just walked around her, but it made a point to kick her. Deserved.
Oh, he
Maybe the camel heard what she did at BBJ and was getting revenge for BBJ.
kicked me. Oh my God.
And look, it's chasing after her. It's had enough. Not only did the camel kick her, but now it's in the dominant position. Its head is up. He's being aggressive right now.
Oh my God. So I went to leave and he like blocked me and I tried to get away again and then he kicked me. He kicked me on my leg. It didn't hurt.
You're actually lucky that's all the camel did. He could have kicked you a lot harder. It could have been devastating, could have sent you to the hospital. Plus, camels are known to spit on people, and it's nasty. You are so lucky that none of them spit on you or kicked you so hard it would have sent you flying across the desert like a beach ball.
Hurt, but it was like, get out of here then. 1 minute loving, 1 minute kicking. That's the thing with camels. They're still wonderful creatures. Okay, so as you can see, I'm standing up, getting some vitamin D, healing sunlight.
So she's not even really moving around that much. She was mostly just standing in place and she's out of breath. Just walking a few steps.
And feels good moving around, you know. So just try.
Why don't you tell the truth? Why don't you tell the truth, Chantal? Moving around does not feel good for you. That's why you're always stationary. And I can see why. You're hundreds of pounds overweight. Most of your weight is carried in the front of your body, which is putting strain on your lower back. It doesn't feel good. That's why you're always out of breath. I liken it to, say, anybody out there have anybody out there ever move? If you move from one location to another, you got to move from, say, an apartment to another apartment. You spend all day carrying those heavy furniture and heavy boxes. Can you imagine being a person that you've got a couple of hundred extra pounds in the front of your body, maybe more than a couple hundred. So you literally have almost, in a sense, like a 200-pound box attached to the front of you. It's heavy and you can't set it down. How tiring that must be, how exhausting that must be. That's her life. That's the life she chose.
Trying to stretch my body, move my legs, walk around a bit. Yeah.
And I'm noticing she's doing a little bit of something here. Notice like the shifting back and forth, going from one foot to the other. She's trying to shift her weight. A lot of that. A lot of that. And watch closely. It takes a lot for her just to get into the car. This was something she never experienced before. She's experiencing it now, though.
Ooh. Lifting my leg.
And she has to have that seat all the way back.
Into the car.
Just to make room for her.
It hurts so bad. Oh. Yeah. Here I was listening to Feel by Robbie Williams, one of my favorite songs. Haven't heard it in a while, and it just happened to come.
Can I ask a question? This is just a question. So I don't know who's driving the car, but whoever it is, they're filming Chantal at the same time. Is that safe? Isn't it kind of dangerous to take your eyes off the road and film her, get good footage? Who is filming her right now? That's not her camera. And why is there still plastic wrap on the car?
I'm on randomly on a playlist I had. So here I am just grooving and moving. Hey guys, just going for a drive. Had some fun with the camels, a little bit of car dancing and music, and now just going for a drive. Love it. Love going for long drives.
Or driving footage that we don't need.
Out the window you'll see a lot of camping areas set up. It's very popular for the wintertime here in Kuwait. So it rained pretty hard the other day here, and it looks like the flooding created a mini lake of sorts. We thought it was a nice background for some selfie shots.
You know, all of this stuff looks awkward. Even if you are going to a lake area, what could have made this vlog more interesting is to walk along the sand, get some further exercise, talk about whatever, talk about how you're feeling, talk about the thoughts that are in your mind. But she just stands there looking awkward. Like, hi, I'm here at a lake. Look at the lake. Like, you could have added so much more to this. You could have layered it to make it seem interesting, even though it may or may not be interesting. But just doing like the music over, putting the music over everything. Why?
All right, here I am arriving at the clinic. I need to get some injections, a pain injection, and also some vitamin injections, mostly B vitamins included.
Yeah, it's weird because she was just at that lake/beach. She was moving around just fine. Now we got this shot of her walking up the ramp and suddenly she's dragging her foot. The mouth ain't mouthing. Chantal, I don't know if you really have something going on with your leg or your foot, but if you do, you need to see a doctor and you need to take that seriously because of your diabetes. I have heard of that thing, diabetic neuropathy. That's very serious. But how can you sit there on a beach and just be, like dancing around a little bit and then do a shot like this where you're walking up the ramp and then suddenly you're dragging your foot? I mean, one thing does not match the other.
Including B12.
And wouldn't this footage be considered private? Didn't she tell us that she wants to have a private life? Going to a doctor, wouldn't that be something you reserve for your private life? So why are we seeing this? How can she scream at us for commenting on her private life when she reveals things like this? God, her walking is atrocious. Listen, I'm not trying to fat shame Chantal, but just, okay, let's go back a minute. I'm going to play something again, okay? Look at the way she's walking. Okay, and again, for context only, we're going to stop. We're going to stop for just a second and replay this one clip courtesy of Marley HENDRIX. And remember, this was a while ago. This was like over a year ago. We're going to play it just to give you guys some context of the difference in her walking and her posture. She's walking just fine here. Like she's shuffling her feet, but look, night and day it is. Night and day. Walking with much more ease then. Much more ease. The heavier she gets, the harder it is for her to be mobile. We're going to go back over here and we're going to finish this out because it's almost done.
All right.
Okay, notice her posture. Again, I'm not picking on her. I'm just pointing out differences here. Look at the way she's standing. Yeah, she's got a lot of weight in the front, but look at her back. Her back is arched. It's completely arched. And she has to walk like that and move like that because of all the weight on her bottom half.
Time to head home. Injections are done.
She's practically walking on her tiptoes.
The nurse was like, "You really need to lose weight." And
yeah, everybody says that to you. You really need to lose weight. And they're not fat shaming you saying that. They're just telling you, if you want to feel better, Chantal, you've got to lose weight. Even if you lost 50 pounds or 100 pounds off your frame, you would feel the difference. Getting rid of 100 pounds would do you a world of good.
I agreed with her. Of course. Not going to dispute that. But time to go get something healthy for lunch and head home.
And so she's got doctors and nurses and RNs and people on YouTube and people on Twitter saying, Chantal, you need to lose weight. And then she turns around and she does mukbangs every single day, eating thousands of calories every single day. So you hear what people tell you, but then you get on YouTube and you're like, this is my moneymaker. I'm going to stick with it, even if it's making me become housebound and bedbound. You know, Chantal, you get mad at people for saying to you, you need to go back to Canada. And you think it has to do with them wanting you to go back to Canada and do party favors and act wild. You can go back to Canada and not act wild. You can choose to go back to Canada and be healthy. But this is part of the reason why people are telling you to go back to Canada. Because the longer you stay in Kuwait, the worse you get. You're walking up a ramp. You're not even walking up steps, which would be more strenuous for you. You're walking up a ramp. It's easier. And you're having to hold on to the guardrail and you're dragging your foot. Girl, when is enough going to be enough? When is enough going to be enough? Do you think if you get bedbound that Kuwait will not get you out of the country, that they'll be forced to keep you? Because they won't. If they can't put you on a plane because it's too dangerous, they'll put you on a boat. They'll find a way to get you out of there. They'll fly you back home if they have to.
All right, I'm just gonna have some chicken breast and some.
So that's supposed to be a healthy lunch. French fries is a healthy lunch. And what is this? What is this big tub of everything up here? That looks like it's full of calories. That's a calorie bomb.
Fattoush salad and some hummus. I'm not gonna
That's too much hummus.
touch the fries. Maybe have one or two. But this is it for this.
Okay, if all you're gonna eat is one or two fries, throw the rest away. If you got an ED, especially with BED, if food is in front of you, you're going to eat it. Guaranteed.
Vlog. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Well, I hope the next one is nothing like this. That was a travesty. That was a shame. But I wanted to react to this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. And please have a wonderful Valentine's Day, no matter how you choose to spend it. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.